So, I understand that you've moved a long way from home to live in these parts. How are you finding it here? Considering what you told me the last time we met, this must be a big change. Going from relative isolation to a thriving magical community, located in what, I may add, is a fairly populous city. I wouldn't blame you for feeling overwhelmed, especially with your parents so far away. Forgive me. I'm noticing that you and your parents don't exactly see eye to eye. I more meant I sympathize with you, having to uproot yourself like this. Keeping to yourself will often feel like the safer option in such circumstances. Making friends can be hard if you don't have much experience with them, especially by design. Tell me, are the neighbors friendly where you're living? Are there people for you to talk to as you pass them in the hallways? Oh, really? Is she initiated, this neighbor of yours? That's good. If you fall asleep in front of her, we won't have to worry as much about what she sees. I'm sorry, that wasn't very funny. It does bring us to the topic at hand, though, doesn't it? Has there been any change in your condition in the time since we last spoke? That's good. Somniomancy. Where should I even begin? Oh, I hope someone gave you a warning about the weather before you moved here. It's temperamental, especially during this time of year. You would be wise to start carrying an umbrella with you, even if it doesn't look so bad when you set off. Do try to ignore the rain, as heavy as it is. Now, where was I? How much have your parents told you about magic? I assume they were responsible for much of your magical instruction up until this point. They told you the basics? That spellcasters employ their talents through a single medium of expression, like art, dance, or singing, or... Yes, exactly. And what you notice about these types of spellcraft is that they usually require the expression to become external before the magic is worked. The expression needs to be, expressed, observable to other people in some manner. That being said, the magic does originate internally. To put it one way, when turning someone into a toad, for example, it's not the dance that transformed someone into a toad, but the witch did transform someone into a toad by dancing. I believe, that is to say, it is largely believed, that somniomancy is an altered form of this power, where it's your subconscious mind working magic instead of your conscious one. Your mind expresses spells in the forms of your dreams, and so you, consciously, don't even need to lift a finger to make real their effect on the world. Your magic spills out of your head unshackled, for good or ill, characterized by whatever you're dreaming about. Not every dream results in this, of course, but a number of them do, more so as you get older. In the past, it was often viewed as an affliction more than a talent, and not just because of the wild magic that ensues. You feel compelled to sleep at odd hours because your subconscious desires to cast magic, just as other mages might be compelled to paint, or what have you. Even if you were a perfectly well-rested person, this would still be the case. Sleep doesn't do for you what it does for non-magical humans. In fact, I hope I don't alarm you, but there have been cases of dream mages who spend months, even years in slumber working a particularly powerful spell. Sometimes intentionally, but oftentimes not. Think, Sleeping Beauty, or, I can't think of another example. Oh, I'm not sure how they survive doing that. I guess magic would be the answer to that, too, unless they had people to tend to them. What a privilege to not have to worry about bed sores. Another danger that I've seen discussed is the possibility of an inherently bad spell. You already had destructive incidents in the past with your magic, but those were only dreams. Do you know how dangerous it would be for you to have a particularly bad nightmare? I'm sure you've had bad dreams before, but clearly they were not that bad if you're still here and breathing. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to scare you. The chances of you dying in a nightmare are extremely low. I thought it prudent to bring it up, but please don't dwell on it. Oh, yes, I imagine that could have contributed to your parents being so strict, so protective of you. If neither of them share your talent, they may have been at a loss for how best to deal with it, how to give you a life that is calm enough to produce safe dreams. Not that I'm trying to justify their behavior, of course, but there are yet more dangers to consider. Dream magic being so potent has occasionally led to its mages being targeted in the past by those who would seek to use their magic for themselves. Dream eaters, rebellious spellcasters, that sort of thing. Oh, you heard about that incident, did you? Yes, consider that an example. Not everyone gets along in this community, and our authorities are often stymied by the mundane people who live amongst us. Unfortunately, it's even more peaceful in our city than elsewhere, I hasten to say. Still, if you ever feel as though there's someone who may mean you harm, please come talk to me right away. As a magical instructor, it's part of my job to take care of such things. I'm here to help you. But as for your other worries, getting your magic under control is the key. Do you keep a journal? Do you write about your dreams in it? I'd like you to make a habit of doing that every morning. We'll want to account for the contents of your own subconscious, if that sentence makes sense to you. Then we can focus on altering that content, through lucid dreaming or focusing on spells you want to cast before you fall asleep. So, you did do a little bit of homework before coming to see me, huh? Yes, there are studies about how lucid dreaming carries potential health risks. I've read them too. But I must stress, again, that you are not a normal human. Your needs are a bit different in this area. You might find it easier to achieve for that same reason. The method I want you to start practicing, to start with, is to engage in reality checks. Distinguish tells in your dream that help you to determine when you're awake and when you're asleep. Like something you can do in a dream that you couldn't physically do awake. Or a part of reality that is out of place. When you find yourself about to fall asleep, keep repeating those tells in your head. No, I've never watched Inception, but if that helps you understand what I'm saying, then yes, it's like a totem. As for your tendency to sleep at odd times, as I said before, all magic users feel compelled to cast. We can't completely suppress that urge, but as you gain control over your powers, you will be able to make it less disruptive, such as by making yourself expend more magic at night and needing to do so less during the day. I also need to stress that you absolutely must have a healthy sleep schedule if we're going to get anywhere with that. Those are the basics. We'll keep talking about getting your magic under control through these sessions. Oh. If we aren't able to do it, there's still... Yes, that other thing I mentioned. Sealing your magic. I just don't find it to be a very pleasant option. When someone's powers are sealed, they're unable to perform the activity that they use to cast spells. If I had my powers sealed away, for example, I could try to write something down and find my mind going blank. I would forget every word and every language until I put my pen down and stepped away from the paper. For some mages, it must feel like an aggressive case of art block. For ones like you, I've not seen it done, but it's likely you would never dream again. I'm sure you don't mean that. Anyway, I have no idea what kind of effect it would have on your health to never be able to dream again, so I'd prefer to only use it as a last resort. In the meantime, I'm curious if you already have in mind a reality check, that you would like to use. Truth be told, I do like it. The rain. There used to be a lot where it came from, too. A lot of water, and not a lot of places to put it. But I didn't mind, not even when it flooded. It's so nostalgic for me when the weather breaks around here. It goes and goes without end sometimes. Not hard enough to bother, not soft enough to forget. Sit under a downpour heavy enough, and it becomes akin to the sound of a babbling river, gently flowing downstream. When there's somewhere you're sitting safe and dry, the drops drizzling down become one continuous sound, taking everything else away. Unsettling noises, distant arguments, even the sound of your own worried thoughts. On gray, sleepy days like this, there's only the melody that need assert itself. A single lullaby playing for you, even as you sit away from it inside, wrapped up in a blanket by the fire, with the occasional rumble of thunder crossing overhead, like a big yawn. That bodes well for me. Oh, I did not think this through. Don't burn my office down, don't burn my office down, don't burn my office down.